Hey y'all, welcome to the channel Crystal Heart, and tonight is our Wednesday night live where we talk true crime. I'm Crystal, and this is
Lee.
and I already see some people in here. Hey Sheila, Jessica, what were y'all talking about? Okay, so Jessica says that she watched Cecil and Alonzo didn't get to Zodiac. Sheila says she watched Alonzo. All right, y'all. We had technical difficulties, so it took us a minute to get on here. Um, our audio was we couldn't hear each other, so it took us a minute to get up. So that's why we're a couple of minutes late. So on the docket, I guess I'll call it today, we have Hey Shelby. On the docket today, we have Alonzo Brooks, the Cecil Hotel, and the Zodiac. Right? Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I don't know where y'all want to start with this. So also let me just preface this with saying I don't have hubby left with my phone that I usually stream with and my tripod, so I'm holding my phone right now. So if it's all jiggly, I'm sorry. And when he gets back, I'll put it on the tripod. Um where we want to start today? Say hello if you're here though. Say hello. Don't forget to hit the like button also. Uh yeah. Oh, I hear hubby coming in. Are we in court? The court. Y'all hear me? The Crystal Heart Court. Ooh, the Triple M Court. All right. So usually we also stream to Mystery Mugs and Melanin, but we couldn't get that going today. So we're just here on Crystal Heart. But remember, we will be transferring all of this to our other channel, Mystery Mugs and Melanin, soon. Can you get my stuff from me, babe? What? In the trunk. Oh, you got it? Oh, thank you.
So let's see. Looks like everyone so far said that they did, with Alonzo. So we can start with Alonzo.
All right. I'm just relocating. I'm gonna get off screen for a second. Uh, but you can give them a
I'm gonna start.
Okay.
Okay. So if you haven't watched it was season 1, episode 4 of Unsolved Mysteries. Um, the topic was the unsolved murder of Alonzo Brooks, and he was 23 years old, and he went to a party. It was like April 3rd, 2004. He went to a party with some friends, Daniel, Justin, Tyler, and it was about 50 miles or so from his home. They lived in the party was like in this small town. And while they were at the party, someone allegedly said some racial slurs towards Alonzo. And this caused some tension between him and, people. Very sad story, yeah. Between him and people at the party. So he was only one of like 3 Black people at this party. It's a small majority, like white town. So there was some racial slurs said, and then there caused some tension at the party. So one of his friends, Daniel, I think, had to break up a fight between Alonzo and someone else at the party at one point. So the party continues, and his friends begin leaving at different times. Daniel and Tyler left to go to another party, and Alonzo was supposed to ride home with Justin. But Justin left the party to go get some cigarettes, but he took a wrong turn and he ended up getting lost. Like, if you watch the episode, you see it's like super back road, super small town, so he ended up getting lost. So he called his friend Adam and was like, because Adam was still at the party, and he said, "Hey, can you give Alonzo a ride home?" And yeah, Sheila, they were from the city and the party was way in the country. So Adam was like, sure, I'll give him a ride home. But when Adam was ready to leave, he didn't see Alonzo. So he just assumed, I guess, Alonzo left with someone else. After the night of the party, his family and friends realized that Alonzo did not come home. And, they called and everything. They realized he was missing. One of his friends, his name is Rodney, he went to the farmhouse because the party was held at like this farmhouse out in the country. And he went to look for him. Maybe he fell asleep in a ditch or, you partying out. He said, but he didn't find Alonzo. He found his boots and his hat across the street from the property where the farmhouse was at. So the family, they reported him missing. And the family talks about how they had so many issues with the local police. They would tell them, you're calling too much, and things like that. It seems like they just barely wanted to help Alonzo's family. And again, this was a small town of about like 1,000 people or so. Again, it was mostly white, and like people would tell the family to get out of town. They would rip down missing like flyers. The family would put missing Alonzo. They would rip them down. So the authorities, I think at this point, the FBI and the KBI, I think it's like the Kansas Bureau of Investigations, they all got involved in the search for Alonzo. They conduct these searches. They have dogs, helicopters, rescue divers, and the divers search Middle Creek, which is the body of water that's next to or adjacent to the farmhouse. Yeah, they did. At one point, they were searching on their own, Sheila. And no one can find Alonzo. And this is like, even with the help of the FBI and everything. But yeah, they did do some searches on their own too. So on May 1st, 2004, the family was given permission to search the property and around where the party was. And they had about 50 volunteers. And on that first day, within an hour, Alonzo's dad and a friend found his body on top of a pile of branches, like on the banks along Middle Creek, which had already been searched, remember, with divers, professional divers, dogs, helicopters. So this was like he still had his wallet, he still had cash, he had on his ring. And this was about 24 days after
like a month later.
Yeah. And his dad said the body didn't look like it had been in the water long. Like it wasn't,
That's what I kind of remember them saying, that like it didn't seem like his body had decomposed a month's worth.
Right, exactly. So the autopsy showed no broken bones, no blunt force trauma, no injuries, no drowning. They couldn't determine the cause of death, is what the autopsy showed. So the case went cold until Unsolved Mysteries in 2020 on Netflix. And then this caused, like, so many people were outraged by the nothing being done. It caused the case to be reopened. They exhumed Alonzo's body and a new autopsy was done. I think it was done like on a military base or something. And it was shown that there were injuries. And the case was reopened as a homicide. And the FBI is now investigating this as a possible hate crime. Again, this is a small town. There's a lot of rumors and things. And like some people are speaking out saying that the police were protecting powerful people and their kids in the town. There was also a rumor that his body was actually frozen before it was found. That's why it didn't look very decomposed. And that's why it just appeared next to this body of water where they had searched so extensively before. So the case is still open. They haven't released a lot of information. But like they are investigating it. And there's been like, I've kind of gone back and forth to it after Unsolved Mysteries. And after, I remember when it got reopened and I was like, wow, it's reopened. They're looking into it. And there were people speaking up that there was another party going on. There were, so they're investigating that. They're investigating all the people that were at the party. It was just a really It's just a really sad case, and it's a very suspicious case. Some people find the friends suspicious because they left him
Did
at the party.
you had seen where they, or I don't know if you just said it, but where they exhumed the body?
Yeah, we said that.
Oh,
They
okay.
assumed it, and there were injuries, so they reopened it as a homicide.
Yeah. Seemed like there should have been more interviews with party people.
Yeah,
The party people don't talk.
they don't talk. Like the town is very close knit, and it's like, remember, Alonzo and his friends were outsiders to this party.
Hmm.
The people where I do think that something happened. Somebody allegedly said a racial slur to him. And if he like stood up for himself, I think at one point, didn't they say he was talking to like a white girl or something that might have caused something like, this racial slur to be said towards him. And if somebody might have got upset, it might have been a fight. They might have hit him, killed him, and then freaked out and then hid the body. And again, people say that the police are protecting very powerful people in the town.
It is especially sad because multiple people know and nobody is talking. Yeah, it's a case where I mean, people, more than one person has to know what happened.
Absolutely. They know what happened, and it's just like no one wants to speak. No one wants to say anything.
Yeah. Leanna says, "Hello, everyone. I'm exhausted, but had to stop by before I go to bed." Oh, get you some rest, Leanna. But I'm wondering, what are we talking about? What should I be watching? Right now, we're talking about Alonzo Brooks, which was Unsolved Mysteries, episode 4. We're also going to talk Cecil Hotel, which there's a documentary on Netflix. And we're also going to talk about the Zodiac Killer, which I Am Zodiac is on. Where is it?
Netflix.
On Netflix.
So yeah, that's basically where we are with Alonzo Brooks. Like no one really knows anything right now, right? It's still just being investigated by the FBI as a possible hate crime.
Yeah. Cecil Motel. C E
Cecil Hotel.
Cecil. Cecil. The Cecil Hotel. And I don't have. You see, I'm on my phone. I was trying to. What's the name of the girl who died at the Cecil Hotel that they talked?
I have no.
I just saw it and I can't think. Uh, let's start with an E or an M. Hold on, I'm about to.
Her name was Eliza Lamb.
Eliza. Yeah, Eliza.
Lisa. I can't remember.
Something Lamb.
It's Elisa, so it's either Elisa or Eliza Lamb. Maybe Elisa.
Eliza Lamb. That sounds familiar.
If you haven't watched the Cecil Hotel documentary on Netflix, it was one of the best ones that they've had. When they started releasing their true crime docs, it was like, okay, they were having some really good ones. And then some of them are not so good, but the Cecil Hotel was one of the good ones, one of the best ones that they've released, I thought.
Y'all know it would not be alive if it wouldn't be chaotic on my end. Okay, so what are your thoughts about Alonzo Brooks? What is your do you have a theory, a prediction?
Me?
Yeah.
I think that more than one person is responsible for his death and the cover up of the death. I believe that the way that the FBI launched the reopening of it as a homicide, that they have, see, like when these cases are cold and they reopen them and stuff, they have a lot more evidence than what we think they do. You know what I'm saying? They have a lot more evidence than what we think they do. And it takes time. Like sometimes it takes years, decades before they figure things out. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that it was more than one person involved. And I believe that the FBI have a theory and have suspects. They just have to take their time to get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they've taken a lot of time.
I mean, it was what, 2004 when he was
Yeah.
murdered?
I know that it makes it like a million times harder whenever nobody's talking, and I would wish that somebody would be the weak link and talk. But if they're all racist,
True, but sometimes even people who like grew up in like a racist area, whatever, they, they'll, change, and someone will grow a conscience and things like that. But I just feel like just the way that the only reason I feel the way that I do, that the FBI may know, obviously they do know more than they're saying, they always do, is because we haven't talked about it, and I bring it up all the time, is Asha Degree. She was 9 years old when she went missing in 2000, and she just vanished from her home. She was 9 and she just vanished out of nowhere. They had some people see her in the street, and the FBI, it's been technically a cold case, but it was solved this year. Like they're going to court and stuff, but all this time they had all these pieces of evidence, and they were just slowly, slowly, slowly building up. And what ended up happening was, all these people giving their DNA to these ancestry and things like that, and they're able to backtrack it, and
mm,
they were able to match some things of some evidence they have found. I just when I feel like when the FBI when they openly go big with a campaign of reestablishing a case and reclassifying it, they have more than they're letting on.
yeah. And Shelby, you're correct. I think money talks. So somebody, that $100,000 reward, it can make anybody talk. Like you said, people at the party. So hopefully, hopefully, like you said, they do have. I mean, they always have more than what the public knows.
Always.
So hopefully, they're working on something. They have. Hopefully, they have stuff.
But I do believe that it was more than one person involved, possibly a group, and um, probably a large number of people witnessed. But again, they, yeah, exactly, like how, just like the Long Island case, it took a really long time, and they just don't want to move fast. They in these types of cases, they want to make sure that they have all their ducks in a row, so that when it's time for court, there's no way for the person to get, slip out of their fingers. But yeah, it was a really sad case. People were suspicious of the friends, people, and it's just one of those things, like, you should always make sure that, young people looking out for their friends, especially when you're going to a place that you just don't know. Like Crystal and I used to go hang out and like go out and go places, and we never left each other.
No, and the thing about it is, and I don't know, if they, as black people, you don't go party in the woods
In the
with people you
boonies,
don't know.
with people you don't know, without your group.
Without, yeah, because that's where you're more likely to see the racist people, and things can happen. Like you say, these small towns, they all know each other, from the cops to the mayor, and everybody knows each other. Everybody related to each other, so they're gonna watch their back before they care about a random. What did Leanna say? The crazy thing is that my mom worked with Rex. She's so freaked out when that came out. Wait, who's Rex?
The Long Island murder.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, your mom worked with him? That's crazy. She said she totally would have never guessed that she worked with a serial killer. That is so crazy. The last friend to leave shouldn't have left without confirmation that Alonzo left prior. And that's the thing. What friend? I mean, I know men are different, boys are different, but you got to make sure that who you went with, you know where they going, and y'all leave together, or you know who else they leaving with. And if you know y'all don't know nobody at the party, then you know y'all should be leaving together.
Always.
Yes. That is so crazy, Leonard. But that's a good segue. If we're done with Alonzo, are we done? You have anything else on Alonzo Brooks?
No. Mm-mm.
Well, the serial killer thing is a good segue into the Cecil Hotel because Richard Ramirez lived there for a minute.
Oh my god, I just wrote it down because I was like, we should talk about it. We should talk about it.
And there was another serial killer that lived there.
There was.
You just never know how people are outside of work. She's glad she never left with him anywhere. Right. So Cecil Hotel is
A whole in downtown Los Angeles on Skid Row.
yeah, and so you know it's still open today, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It was
But
reopened. It was reopened. It was like
it's like a not an Airbnb, but what they call it, like kind of like a hostel.
I think the last time it was reopened was like 2021. It was like affordable housing.
Oh, okay. Well, the Cecil Hotel is a hotel that's been around for a long time.
1924.
1924. And many people have died at the Cecil, committed suicide at the Cecil. Murderers, serial killers have, because people would live there, lived at the Cecil. Just so much strange activity at the Cecil. Paranormal stuff at the Cecil is just a lot of crazy stuff. So where it's like it can't be a coincidence. But on the documentary, they focus on one case of Eliza Lamb, who where did she come from? She was Asia, somewhere in Asia, right?
Canadian. She was Canadian.
She was Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
Her parents were in Canada.
Yeah, she was Canadian.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
she went out to Los Angeles, stayed at the Cecil. She was alone, and they had This is when it must have been like a hostel.
It was called Stay on Main, something like
Because
that.
she had a roommate. Like you would go and you wouldn't stay. You would stay with strangers. You would room with strangers. Like you would get a room with strangers. And she was kind of eccentric. It's always had low income rooms. It still does. It's part of its zoning. Oh, okay. I'm going to watch that documentary. Canada. Okay. I didn't realize she was from Canada.
Yeah, she was a student at the University of British Columbia. And
You're
I think
right.
she
Right.
took a break from school or something.
Yeah, and she had went out there. Um, she was kind of like odd to the roommate. Said she was a little odd.
They do.
But
She struggled with mental illness.
yeah, and they're in the crazy part is the video. They have video of her that in the elevator. Cause remember when she looked that one way? Anyway, we didn't even say what happened to her. So they found her in the water.
In a like a
Like
water tank
it's like a water tank
on the roof.
on the roof, and it's the water that goes to
It was like
the rooms.
yeah, it was like I don't know if it catches rainwater and then
Filters.
yeah, I don't know, but it was
I
a
don't know.
water tank.
I don't think it filtered because the people said that the water was icky.
Well, it would be icky if she was in there.
I know, but if it filtered, it wouldn't be as icky. I don't know. They found her in there. They claimed that she climbed in there herself and couldn't get out, and that's how she died. But there's a lot of different theories because there's a lot of video footage of her walking down hallways, getting on the elevator, and the one footage right before she went up to the roof, she was on the elevator and she peeped out or something, and she looked to the side as if someone was there.
I wish we could show the video.
I know. So it made it like, okay, what did she see? Who was around that little corner? That little corner.
Can we show the? Can we
We
share?
could, yeah, we could.
Let me see.
Um,
I have it. Let me
Let
see.
me see. Do you have the ability to share your screen?
It says present. Okay.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Oh, it won't let me.
No.
Wait. No. Hold on. Oh, wait. Hold on.
Leanna, they tried to say it was like mental illness. She went up there, she climbed in, but then she couldn't get out.
Okay. Now let me see if I can show it. Can you see?
No, girl, we don't see.
Well, why?
Does it say that we're
It
supposed to?
says sharing this tab. It shows that.
Oh, maybe I have to change the layout. Let me see. Maybe. No, that ain't it. Oh, I see. I gotta add it to the stage.
Oh, how is it super tiny?
Yeah.
What about now?
Now it's regular size.
Okay. So this is her on the elevator, and here she gets in the elevator, and let's see, she presses the button.
Yeah, Max, that did happen.
And this is where it's like
She peeps out,
she
but
peeps
she looked
out.
like she's scared, like
Yeah.
she's hiding in the elevator.
Yeah. See, like
Yeah,
this look at this. She's gonna peep again. It's like it's like she was being followed or something.
yeah. It seemed like she was worried that they would see where she went.
And then so she steps out, she disappears, comes back. And then she presses a whole bunch of buttons.
Yeah,
And then are we also, why is the door not closing?
yeah. I never thought about that. Unless she's pressing the door open, but
Look at this.
yeah, this is odd. Very odd.
That's the end of the video. But like that whole thing was super weird. But even to me, like how many people have been on an elevator and the door starts closing? For her to be standing
Yeah,
in and out, that door didn't try to close one time.
Yeah, that was
You can
that,
push it back in now.
the only thing, like, what was this?
Yeah, and she's all like,
I don't know. It's like it throws me off because I can see where maybe she was having some sort of mental break situation, but I still don't see how she got in that darn tank.
right? I've never seen an elevator door just stay open. Even
Right.
sometimes you could go like, and you're like, oh, and it starts closing.
And maybe it was some sort of paranormal situation.
So the LAPD released this video because I think it was like she went missing, and then I don't know how long. It had been a few weeks. She was still missing, and they hadn't found her. And so they released this was the last known sighting of her, the elevator video surveillance, and it was on January 31st or something like that. And it's about 2.5 minutes or so, and she's alone, and she's making these gestures and these moves, and she appears, it looks like she presses almost every button on the elevator panel. She peeps into the hallway, she leaves while the doors remain open. the
Yeah, Shelby,
doors
it seems like she's talking to somebody.
the doors still didn't close even after she gets back in the elevator. So then she leaves, and then it doesn't show it on here, but after she leaves the last time, the doors finally
Okay, I
close.
can put my stuff on the side.
This video cut off, but after she leaves the last time, the doors finally closed, and it wasn't like a long wait either. It closed not long after she walked off. And it's like, was someone controlling the door? Why wasn't the doors closing? It was just very weird.
Yeah, that was super weird that the doors stayed open that long. Because, you know, at any elevator, you fighting to keep them doors open.
And like a whole bunch of theories came out. People were wondering if she's trying to get the elevator to move because someone's after her. Somebody else thought that she was high, but they didn't detect any drugs in her body. And then after it did come out that she had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder. Some people thought that she was having like a psychotic episode. So, but some people had thought that the video had been tampered with, but it wasn't. The only thing that they did was just at the bottom, you see the timestamp. But they thought that some people had thought that some people still think that the video had been slowed down and that a whole minute was removed from the footage. And they think that it was done to protect the identity of someone who was in the video. We don't know. It's just a theory. But to me, that it's weird. Again, this video cuts off before you can see. When she leaves the final time, she walks away, and then the doors go like that.
Yeah, and that is so weird.
So
But,
weird.
like, I don't know if I believe someone was chasing her because no one came, and that was a long time to be playing around by the doors. But I feel like somebody had to be out there that she was, like, talking to or arguing with. I don't know if she was arguing with him, but I don't know. It's just all very, very weird. And yeah, Leanna, we see a lot of people in Austin talking to themselves too, but usually that's like people on the street. It's not usually like a college kid who went on a vacation. Unless she got into some bad drugs or something, but you said no drugs were found.
They didn't find it in her body. So then, like, they've been searching for her for like weeks now, all through the hotel. They searched, they didn't search every single room because people were staying at the hotel. They would need different search warrants, and they would need like cause to go into certain people's rooms and things like that. But they searched everything that they could. And then eventually, while the search is still going on, some hotel guests began complaining about low water pressure. And then some even said that the water was colored black and it tasted weird.
So people were showering in this water, drinking this water.
Yeah, because it provided water to the guest rooms, a kitchen, and a coffee shop in the hotel. all
Yeah.
this water from that tank.
And people were
So
just drinking, shower, all of the things in the water.
the maintenance worker, he went to check one of the water tanks on the roof, and when he opened um, the hatch, he saw her like she was face up, lying in the water.
Yeah. So Shelby said it looks like she's moving to music with the hand motions. This was the weirdest motion to me because I'm like, what is this? Unless she's describing something and being like, all this is like what you would say for all or everywhere or something. I don't know.
So
It good.
when they found her, this, I wish we had a picture of it. This big thing on the roof. It actually, like, okay, so they had to, it was drained and they had to cut it open because the hatch on top, it was too small for them to remove her body, which is like, then how did she get in it?
Yeah.
But okay. And then so they ruled it as an accidental drowning, and saying that her bipolar disorder caused it. But they said that she was naked. Her clothes, similar to what she was wearing, was found in the elevator video that we just saw, was found floating in the water. It was coated in like a sand, um like particular, like sand thing on it, was coated, her clothes were coated, and her watch and her room key was also found with her.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, first they try to say, okay, she just fell in there, but who gets in the water and then starts undressing? No, they say she took her clothes off, threw it in the water or something, and then got in the water. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know with this one. I really just don't know. And in general, the Cecil has a lot of stories like that. Black Dahlia, people jumping out of windows. Richard Ramirez stayed there while I believe it was while he was actively murdering.
Was it?
I think it was. I might be wrong though. I might be wrong.
Yeah, I think he was actively, and I want to add him to next week's list,
Yeah.
guys.
So Richard Ramirez is the Night Stalker. In
The
case
Night
you
Stalker. And there is
don't, a doc.
you're frozen, Crystal. There is a doc on Netflix called The Night Stalker, something like that.
Am I back? I'm back.
No, you're still, I mean, you're here, but you're frozen.
I'm here, but I'm not. But I'm here, but I'm not. Am I back? Guess who's back?
Back
Back
again.
again. Am I though?
Yeah, you are.
Okay. So y'all saw my dance moves? Y'all like that? For a bit I thought she was using sign language, but then she was doing other things. Yeah. It would make sense if she was strung out, but no drugs were found, right? Now, on a mental break, it to me that don't explain everything. Which when they went back and okay, so like I said before, she had a roommate at the Cecil who was a stranger. Well, her first roommate switched rooms because she said she was acting weird or whatever. So maybe she was. Hi Tracy, is the info about these shows posted
Mama's
anywhere? Which shows? The ones we're talking about right now?
um
We didn't post it. If you're asking if we posted it,
no, but I can post, I can
we
put it.
can start posting. But y'all, honestly, y'all might have to look for these posts because when I post things, people don't see them. I'll start posting it in the community tab, but you might have to look for them because generally people don't see the things that I post. I told Jessica I would do it and I didn't. So I'm gonna do better for next week.
Okay, so I just posted the one for next week, and there it's called Night Stalker: The Hunt for a Serial Killer. It's on Netflix.
Where you posted it at?
In the chat.
Oh. Um,
We can put in the description box after this.
yeah. That might be a good idea. Okay, that might be a thing. Check the description box for next week's. Okay. I didn't put anything in the description box. I failed in that aspect. Okay, we can do that. We can put in the description box when we get off. We can list it all in the description box.
And
Um,
then trying to think. What were you saying?
I don't know.
Sorry.
I think I watched that show about Night Stalker.
Who's really good.
Yeah, that's a good one to watch, y'all.
So also there was some issues with them finding her in the tank in the first place because the doors and the stairs that all had access to the roof of the hotel are locked.
Yeah.
Only staff have passcode and keys, and if you any attempt to force the doors open would trigger their alarm. But when they did bring dogs through the hotel, they had lost Eliza's scent near a window that connected. They lost her scent trail near a window that connected to the fire escape. So they think that she might have used that window.
They were saying she climbed out the window and
Went
went up
up
the
the
fire
fire.
escape. And to
Yeah.
me, that's kind of thrown off. I don't know, but you know, possibly.
So it says a video posted to the internet after her death showed that the hotel's roof was easily accessible via the fire escape and that two of the lids of the water tanks were open. See, this is where I have an issue. And I think I'm going to have to rewatch it, okay? Because when I feel like I'm going to have to rewatch it because I feel like when I was watching the documentary and like the news things and they were searching and they were like flying over the hotel, to me I thought that the tanks were open,
Mm-hmm.
but when the maintenance man found her the hatch was closed. He had to open it, but before they found her body, I swore that the lids were open.
Do we suspect the maintenance man?
I don't know, but I'm just saying, like in general, I could have sworn that the lids were open. So I'm
Well,
gonna rewatch it just to make sure.
yeah. I suppose if she were having a manic episode, but still seems odd. It does seem odd. No, he said it was open. Jessica just watched it. In part 4, he said it was open.
He said it was open. He said the hatch was open when he got there.
The small hatch.
Hmm. So if the hatch was open when they were doing the search, because they searched the roof, why no one thought to peek inside the tank?
It just didn't.
If you're looking for someone who's missing, you see these big 4x8, I think they were foot huge tanks propped up on the roof. I'd be like, let me just.
Yeah, because Ray Rivera, they look across a mile away to see a hole in the roof.
Excuse me, I'm so sorry.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Jessica did her homework. Jessica definitely did her homework.
It's been a while. I haven't watched it since it first came out.
I don't think they searched tanks first time around, right?
Yeah, it wish they should have.
Something else I watched about the Cecil, where they went in. I don't know, what was I watching? They went in to do a paranormal investigation.
Okay, I just confirmed. She's absolutely right. The hotel employee who found the body said that the lid was open at the time. So I was right. Watching it from the overhead view, the tank, it was open. So again, they should have
Your
searched.
visual memory is better than your audio memory.
Yeah.
Auditory memory.
But I do remember that they searched the roof because they even had the dogs on the roof, but the dogs couldn't. They didn't catch her scent on
But
the
to me,
roof.
why they didn't catch the scent on the roof? If she so say got climb up the fire escape to get up on the roof, why they didn't catch her scent? Why?
Agree. I agree with that too
Because to
because
me, if the scent stopped, maybe somebody carried her at that point.
Sorry, yelling at Cornell.
No, girl, I done stop. How many times I done muted myself?
But that makes sense. So that makes it like, okay, so she couldn't have closed it. But I'm just like, and I guess once she got in, she couldn't get out. But the whole thing is very suspicious to me.
It is super suspicious. Had it rained, do you know?
I don't know.
I don't know. Crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, so last on the docket, unless you had something else to say about C.
No, I don't. I know that her parents sued the hotel.
Yeah. You know how heartbreaking it must be your child goes to another country and never comes back? Real quick, y'all, I have to pick up my son from work tomorrow night, which means I have to drive by the battlefield in the dark on Halloween. Oh, that don't sound fun. Let us know if you see anything.
What is it? What's the battlefield?
She live in Virginia.
Oh,
All right. Next on the list is I Am Zodiac, which is fresh in my mind, so I'm ready to talk.
I'm ready to. But
Battle of York.
go ahead and start talking. I need to let Kobe out. I'll be back.
Who is she to leave me alone? You muted, girl. Are you talking to me?
I'll be right back.
All right, she the brains of this operation, so I don't know who told her she can leave. But have y'all seen I Am Zodiac? So she forgot to mute herself, y'all. Let me take her. Let me mute her before she do something embarrassing to herself. Okay, so basically, if the Zodiac killer, oh, you back?
She didn't want to go.
Oh, Max said I seen it already. No, I didn't yet. So a lot of people already have heard of the Zodiac killer. Most people know that Zodiac killer was never caught. But if you watch the documentary I Am Zodiac and you don't know a whole lot about the case, then it'll shock you that they had a suspect and the suspect seems very viable. Like, I didn't know. No, but I'm familiar with the case.
A lot
Um,
of people are super familiar with the case.
yeah. So in the documentary, it's really focused on. Do you remember the guy's name? Because like now, what did they call him? Mr. Allen is what they called him. Um, you ever seen Ernest Scared Stupid movie? No, I haven't. Is that the good night, Leanna? Have a good night's rest. Safe travels for you tomorrow. Okay, so basically, this documentary kind of focuses on Mr. Allen and the people who knew him and the fact that he was accused basically by
The police.
the police. He was a suspect, but they never, the public eye is really where it all went down to me, um of being the Zodiac killer. He denied it until the end, but it was so much that connected him that is like, to me, I mean, I haven't done any more research than that, but to me, I'm like, dang, was this seems like their guy.
I agree. So basically, everybody knows about the Zodiac killer. A huge serial killer case. He was never caught, and it seemed like he just kind of got away with it. But like, as much as I keep up with true crime, I didn't know that they had a suspect all the time either. I was like blown away watching it. So basically, in the documentary, um, he okay. We all know like people who prey on children and things like that, they know who to pick. They know, kids who don't have figures, moms who are overwhelmed and kind of desperate for attention, you know what I'm saying? And so he kind of zeroed in on this family, and but he became like a father figure, but he was a teacher, and he became a
The
father
students
figure.
loved him.
Students loved him. He became a father figure, and he started. The mom had 7 kids. She was down to look for help or anyone that was gonna, help her out or give her time. And he was just really nice with the kids and everything. All in all, what ended up happening was they went on trips with him. They did things with him, but it wasn't until the movie of the Zodiac Killer came out and they talked about the different murders and the places where it happened. And these kids were like, but wait, we were there.
Mm-hmm.
We were in that city or in that town on that date. And we were
Mm-hmm.
there in that city, in that town on that date with Mr. Allen. And we were with Mr. Allen here. And it started adding up in their mind. And he had been suspected before.
Well,
And
he had confessed to one of the kids when they got older, and none of the other kids believed him.
yeah. And like he ended up dying. So I mean, there's still, the police thought it was him, but they never had enough evidence to charge him. And it's just a really good documentary. I don't want to give like too much away. So I'm kind of like skimming over like main points, but all in all, I think that the mom may have known.
The mom, what's really strange is I feel like they didn't have a romantic relationship. Maybe
Well,
the mom felt they did, but I don't feel like they truly had a real honest romantic relationship.
I do think that he obviously was a uh, pedophile.
Well, yeah, he was for the kids. He wanted the
Yeah.
kids.
So
But he got real close
I think he
enough.
gave her just enough attention to where she felt it was a romantic, and he might have, because pedophiles do that. They will have intimate relationships with people in order to serve their basic needs
Yeah.
of being close
But
to.
once again, these moms back in those days, why were they letting their kids just go off with men? Because he came to get the daughter and
Take her for the weekend,
to
like
take her
to
for the weekend to go somewhere. Luckily, the brother went along. I mean, not luckily, because it still was a terrible situation. Um, but the brother went with them, but he came just for the daughter, and the mom was all letting them go. That's
yeah.
weird to me.
Who did anybody else see it? Who saw it?
I don't know. Did somebody say they saw it? I know
Max said that he saw it.
Max, and I know Jessica said she didn't get to it. But yeah, that was crazy. So I think we should just, if you don't want to hear any spoilers, then maybe you shouldn't listen past this. But I think we should talk a bit more about it, because I don't think we said enough of, because it was a lot.
But it was a lot. It's like I don't even know where to focus my
Okay,
energies on.
so if you know anything about the Zodiac Killer, he would send ciphers
Letters
to
and
letters and ciphers to journalists, to media outlets, the cops, whatever, and they still have not deciphered all of them, but they deciphered some of them. Also, when he was teaching, that was one of the things he taught his students, was how to create ciphers and how to decipher.
yeah.
So that was one thing. Like, how many people, I mean, I know that, I don't know, it's like how many people are that obsessed with ciphers. That's just one link to all the many links that go together for this case. But
It was just so many links. It's so many connections.
yeah. And also, the kids, the family that he kind of saw about or whatever, the kids, he was drugging the kids at certain points. And when he went to get the daughter, and the brother went too, he drugged the daughter, did whatever he did to her, drugged the brother, And they literally went on not knowing that any of it happened. Like, I don't know how I know they're kids, but like, how can you drug somebody and they don't even know they were drugged?
Yeah.
Because
Uh,
she didn't even know that she was assaulted
she didn't.
until she was an adult.
I do wanna say though that you definitely should watch it and form your own opinion. And just this, the documentary is very one-sided. Let's
It
start
is.
with that. It's
It
very
is.
one-sided. It almost grazes on bias. Okay, like it doesn't present you with any other um opportunity. Like
But wasn't the journalist the one that was kind of in charge of that kind of produced the documentary? The
maybe
journalist that wrote the books?
maybe
I don't
I
know if he
didn't
was a
know
journalist. He might have just been an author. But he wrote the books on the Zodiac. But I think he might have been,
on the documentary, did the documentary as well.
maybe. I don't know.
I don't remember, but it is heavily one-sided. It
It is.
doesn't give you any other suspects. It's heavily one-sided on Mr. Allen. So again, you watching, you form your own opinion, remembering that it grazes on bias. It's almost crossed that line. And um
But they did take blood samples.
they did take blood samples, they did do stuff. One of the things that really got me though is because they were like, there's this storage shed and it's filled to the brim and has all this secret stuff, but nothing was revealed to me.
Yeah. I mean, there's not concrete evidence. I can see why the case was never closed. There's not concrete evidence on Mr. Allen. What there is concrete evidence is that he was a pedo. Like, he was a pedo. He had
He was,
issues.
because back in the day, they didn't send you to jail when you like molested children. They would put you in like a psych ward. And he did go into like a psychiatric hospital for molesting a child. So he
Yeah.
definitely was.
Sheila, she never had a memory. She never had a memory. Her brother had to tell he knew he was drugged, and her brother told. Oh, is it me? I
What?
froze.
No.
Okay, her brother asked her, like, you don't remember, and she was like, no. All she remembered that day,
Yes, though.
huh?
He said he had did some really bad stuff to her. He told that to the
Yeah,
brother.
he told her that. All she remembered though was that he had put his hands in her pedal pushers, is what she said,
Yeah.
and then she don't remember nothing else after that. So, but he asked her, "How are you doing?" Like, or like, after all of what I did, how are you doing after all of what I did to you when you was a kid? And she didn't know what he was talking about. She continued until he died. She continued being in his life.
In his
He
life.
left stuff to her in his will.
Yeah.
And there were videos that he made to the mom to him. It was really strange.
It was really strange. But yeah, definitely again, form your own opinion, because I do think and it was meant to be
Yeah, because
heavily
it was all about Mr. Allen.
Mr. Allen.
Yeah.
But I do think that still they have the responsibility to be like, you know, there was no other suspects given to you in the documentary.
But also, I think because it was all about Mr. Allen, everybody in I mean, I don't feel like these people made a documentary and they were biased and they lacked integrity in their documentary,
No.
because they weren't the ones doing any of the talking. It was all people who knew Mr. Allen just saying what they knew, their conversations with him, the journalists who interviewed him. There were videos. um the knife that he gave to was it one of the boys he gave the knife to? They turned the knife in, like, recently. They took blood samples off the knife. There was blood on the knife. They took samples off the knife. um and shown to be a male DNA, and then was it male DNA and mixed DNA? But they hadn't finished with the DNA profiles or whatever. I guess by the time the documentary came out, I don't know.
Yeah, they haven't he even with all of this that this family has about Mr. Allen, he's still not been ruled as the killer. You know what I'm saying? And then like their DNA wasn't like a it wasn't super accurate, a big huge thing when the Zodiac was killing and stuff. So they do have some stuff that's been saved. I don't know what they've tested like for
The
evidence.
knife is the only thing they really show.
Yeah, but I mean like in the case in general,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. On the doc, all they show is the knife.
the knife. But like we don't know like what the police have actually tested against. I would assume that the police, if they had any DNA in their evidence, that they have tested it against Mr. Allen by now. I would
Yeah.
assume.
What I feel about the DNA, because going back to you saying is one sided, leaning bias. The name of the documentary leads you to believe that is final and definite. So maybe they should have named it something else, because naming it "I Am Zodiac," Mr. Allen never said "I am Zodiac."
Well, no,
Well,
but
he did.
That's how the letter started.
I know, but I'm saying if it's gonna be all about Mr. Allen,
Yeah, yeah.
then they should have named it something else, because then it leads you to watch it biased,
About
because you're thinking, okay, if they made this, then this has to be who the Zodiac was.
even okay, but even if he wasn't the Zodiac, he belonged in
Oh
prison.
no,
For
he
what he
belonged
did
in
to
jail.
these
He got
children.
away with too much. He got away with too much.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He was a sick something.
I
But I
would
think he might have been the Zodiac.
I would really love to know for sure the identity of the Zodiac in my lifetime. I would love to know.
You never know. You never know. A lot of things been coming out. It's crazy. Crazy.
It's just there's so much evidence pointing to him, and then all the stuff that kind of clears him could be argued. A lot the evidence was like super circumstantial, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But to me, in my mind, the stuff. Carnell, can you see if she can go outside to potty, please? The
Hey,
stuff that
Katie. Ooh, CrossFit. Nice. Did they test his pen? The nib could have been specific. You're right.
lower the AC for me.
Who's Lobdez? It was Pee Wee Herman. Don't do the Pee Wee Herman like that.
So what I was saying, yeah, the stuff that they kind of cleared to me, it doesn't clear him beyond a reasonable doubt in my mind. Like I think that he might have been it, but I just want it proved.
Yeah, they didn't have anything definite.
Carnell.
But it is a good watch, y'all. It is a good watch. Y'all should definitely watch it. For, like she said, form your own opinion. The man sucked. So whether he was or wasn't, he was not a good person. But the way people say, like when they talk to him, it seems like he was remorseful about things, which is odd. Most serial killers are not very remorseful.
I would just like, I wonder if they've tested like the DNA on the letters. Like, did he lick the envelope? You know what I'm saying? But it's just been so long. This was in
Yeah.
the 60s. How many people have touched the envelope since now? Since
Yeah.
then?
Yeah. I don't know if I'm making this up in my head or if I really read this somewhere, that you can get some money if you decipher the cipher, one of his ciphers.
Yeah.
That's
They
true.
have, I think so, but they had like a computer working on the last one that was solved.
Yeah.
I personally think that.
Hey, Mitzi.
I'm sorry.
Bless you, girl.
I personally think that I don't know if they released the documentary because I don't know why release it before the DNA evidence is complete.
Yeah, or maybe it just was gonna take too long. Maybe they were waiting on it and they need to get they had deadlines. I don't know. Because if you're making a, where was the documentary? It was on Netflix.
Hmm.
Maybe Netflix had deadlines they had to submit.
It's like it's like, ooh, we found this bloody
Or
knife.
maybe there's gonna be a part two.
We found this bloody knife. No results. The
I
end.
hate that.
The end. You
I
know,
hate that.
already I don't like, already I watch Unsolved Mysteries with the title Unsolved Mysteries, and I'll be like, what? It's unsolved?
Why? Why they didn't tell her? That's why I like to watch the old Unsolved Mysteries so I can investigate after the episode goes off and see what happens.
Yeah, I just feel like, you know, release it after so I know what the results say. But then if the results come back inconclusive, but still, we still would have watched.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I do think that I do think the guy that you were talking about, the guy who wrote the book, I think that the documentary is mostly based on his book. So
But in but I mean the students and the kids that spoke, you know, they had some, their account is valid. The mom, they kept saying the mom said that she had a box of stuff that was going to explain things, and then she said she was going to take it to her grave, and then when they found the box of stuff, it was videotapes or something, videotapes of that they would send to each other, like I guess like FaceTiming in the 80s. I don't know.
on videos, but
Yes.
that's just it. This whole shed of stuff, this whole box, nothing was explained.
Nothing.
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 And
uh
then he sent a video and turned around and showed his butt. Thank you, Mitzi. Oh yeah, we're on I Am Zodiac.
yeah. Yeah. Like
That's true. Wait, what's Willow's name? I always forget.
huh.
Willow Creek Stitch. What's her?
Katie.
Kate. That's how they did catch the Golden State Killer years and years later, and it was through like the DNA
It was
stuff.
from like ancestry type stuff, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it's true. They might be able to, but I just don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. Hopefully, one day we'll know. And I mean, at this point,
One thing that I did research, though, I will say, is that what is his name, the author of the book, because he was a cartoonist to start. Let's start there. He did the cartoons for the paper, and then he got all caught into like the hysteria of the Zodiac killer,
oh yeah, because he did say I wasn't a journalist.
and then started like reporting on it. He ended up writing the book because he was there and stuff. But he said that Mr. Allen got a speeding ticket on the same day as one of the murders. But I went and look it up, and I can't confirm that.
I feel like he was heavily biased. I feel like out of all the people that were talking, he was heavily biased. I feel like the kids were given really their just account of actually knowing this man, and the students were given their account of actually knowing this man. I feel like he was biased, whether he was right or wrong. Sheila say her parents sent videotapes to each other. I saw part of the show. Yeah, sending cassette tapes to faraway relatives back in the. I don't know. We didn't do that.
So
Well, you know what? We kind of did do that, but it wouldn't be like just talking to a screen. Like I had an uncle that was a pastor, and he would send videotapes of his sermons sometimes to so that his my grandparents, his parents could listen. But it wasn't. I ain't never seen nobody send a video of talking to the screen.
I guess people did it.
And maybe it had to be people who could afford video cameras back in those days.
So all in all, with the documentary, Is it one-sided? Yeah. Is it good? Yes, it's good. Does it give concrete proof?
This is the Zodiac. No, is this is the Zodiac speaking. Is that a different documentary?
Remember, I had this same question the other
I
day.
thought that there was already a documentary I had watched. Look it up.
This is Zodiac speaking. That's what we. The one on Netflix is called "This is Zodiac Speaking," right? The one we watched.
I don't know, girl, but I feel like I already had watched the documentary on the Zodiac. You know me, I watch so many documentaries I can't keep track. They were audio tapes. It
This is
was
the Zodiac speaking. Sorry, yeah, that's what
oh,
I'm
where
talking
did
about.
I get I am Zodiac?
Because that's how he started some of his letters, I guess.
They got a little. Ooh, sorry, they got a little fruit fly, and I went like that and hit a button.
But what were we saying?
There was a
Oh,
movie.
okay.
Yeah, there was a movie.
So does it offer concrete proof that Mr. Allen is the killer? Or no. And it kind of ends on a semi cliffhanger because that DNA test, they're still waiting on the results of it. And then but do I don't think the family is fabricating stuff. I think the family is speaking their truth. Whether he is the Zodiac or not, they're speaking their truth about the coincidences that happened in their life with Mr. Allen.
Yeah,
And
because
they took a really long time because they to come out, they were very close to him
yeah,
and they loved him like a father figure. And they were like
the
they
first
wrestled with it.
the first brother that came out that felt that he was the Zodiac and came out to his siblings, they cut him off at first. They cut off. They stopped
Yeah, they
talking to
started
him.
talking to him.
They did not believe him. They stopped talking to him, and the daughter that he assaulted while she that allegedly assaulted, she stayed close with him. He gave her a boat.
Yeah, until he died. So like don't even if you don't like it doesn't take a even though I'm saying it's heavily biased, it doesn't take away with what the family actually brought
Experience.
to
Yeah.
experience and brought to the documentary. I mean, like let's they saw blood on his hands and his panic reaction after what we think might be that first murder. He revisited crime scenes with them in the car. He drugged them and then later confessed to drugging them. He was a predator to them. He was a convicted predator. He
Mm-hmm.
taught his students to decipher messages. He played some of the same like music and plays and stuff that he referred to in the Zodiac letters. There's a lot of
A
coincidences.
lot.
I
Uh,
didn't see where they got it. So Mr. Allen gave some stuff, and a knife was in it to one of the daughters and her son, and it was a knife, and it had like he kept it wrapped up, and it had like blood on it.
yeah. How did he choose his victims?
I personally think that it was like I I feel like it was kind of random, but not. He knew the area really well, and he would go to places where young people would go to be alone.
Mm-hmm.
Because all of his victims, most of his victims were young, fairly almost about to graduate or senior year type high school students or just graduated. And I think he would go to these spots and sometimes he happened upon them.
Mm-hmm.
But he always was prepared and had his stuff in the trunk. Because I don't see him being a teacher if it was Mr. Allen. He having the time to stalk these people. It just was so random. Like one of the ladies was talking about like her and her fiance was supposed to go to one of these spots with one of the victims with a pair of victims, and then at the last minute her fiance had to work and they couldn't go.
Mm-hmm.
If he was planning it, there's no way he would have done 4 people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think he happened upon this spot, this lookout spot where young people would go to be alone, and it was isolated, and he, that were his victims.
Yeah. I keep circling back to the documentary because I'm thinking like it was a missed opportunity. They could have made the documentary all about the family. I don't know. Now you got me thinking.
And then
Cause
and also, they're like, they couldn't find no evidence in his trailer, his house, whatever. But there was never any evidence that the Zodiac took keepsakes from his victims. So it makes sense that they didn't find any evidence
right.
of Mr. Allen. But he did have bombs in his house.
I don't remember that.
They found bombs after he had talked, after the Zodiac killer had wrote about blowing up buses with children, and they're talking about bombs and blowing up stuff, and they found bombs, and he said that one of his friends who was convicted before had asked him to store some stuff in his house, and it was like in the I don't know what it's
Well,
called.
I don't remember that. I must have not been paying
And
attention.
he said that he just told him, yeah, he didn't know what he was storing.
Sure, Mr.
Guns, bombs, article clippings. If he wasn't the Zodiac, he
He
sure
was
kept
obsessed.
all the articles and was obsessed with them.
Yeah. Yeah. But what cracked me up was okay, the lady who interviewed him and he said, it was a while before he agreed to be interviewed, but he was like, just don't show my face. So they had him blurred out, but then it was like after I don't know how long they were like, we start showing his face.
Because of this place, yeah.
I was like, dang. I don't know. It's a good watch though, y'all. If y'all haven't seen it, check it out for sure. All right, let's figure out next week's cases so we can be definite on it now. We said Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker.
Stalker.
There was somebody else that I had something else I wanted to bring up, but I can't even remember. Uh, do y'all have anything y'all want to bring up? What's in the media right now? Like what's been going on?
Oh, so we're not talking about it, but the LA DA's office is expected to file for
Shelby.
resentencing for the Menendez brothers.
Oh yeah, I saw that. She said, "You're gonna help me get my money's worth out of my Netflix subscription."
I'm trying to think because we watched so many.
You, Katie said she had a serial killer in her hometown. Oh Lord,
We had a serial killer in our hometown,
who?
Derek Todd Lee.
He wasn't in our hometown. He wasn't.
He was in our area. Well, one of his victims was in Bro Bridge, and wasn't one in Lafayette or Scott?
I don't know. They're trying to find that woman's body in San Antonio. What woman in San Antonio?
I just remember Derek Todd Lee because I was in school at UL, and someone bought me mace, one of my family members, and they were like, there's a serial killer in the area, and we took self what's it called,
Defense.
self-defense classes at Girard Park. And so it was crazy times.
I was not around for that.
I'm going to look it up because I thought that Cologne, what was her name? I thought she was in our area.
I don't know. You got some colognes in our area.
Yes.
Where?
Danae Cologne. She was from she was from Lafayette.
Oh.
She was the
Juan Corona. He killed lots of migrant workers. He will bury them in the orchard. Oh my God. Gary Ridgway. Katie didn't mean Ted Bundy. Gary Ridgway.
in Scott. She was his first black victim and the first victim outside of Baton Rouge linked to him.
Oh, have you seen the Derek Todd Lee documentary?
Maybe. I think
I don't know if it was a full documentary or just an episode on something. But the woman that he lived with, that he dated, I don't know if he lived with her, but he dated, was on there.
Oh, we never did. I'm from one. Lots of macaron. He would bury them in orchards. Oh my gosh, do we want to get into Lady Bird Lake?
It's so much.
It's so much, but
We need to, but not next week. Because I'm not going to have no time to look at anything before next week.
We should do it as an episode.
Yeah.
And probably in multiple parts.
Lacey Peterson. We talked about it on something. Or did we just talk about it together?
We just talked about it together.
Okay. The two documentaries, one more focused on Scott and one more focused on Lacey.
We need to do Into the Fire, The Lost Daughter.
What is that?
That was a good one. The woman who gave up her daughter for adoption, and then and then she went missing with the family, and it turned out to be, remember?
I watched it?
Yes.
Into the Fire. That sounds so familiar. Oh my God.
Y'all. Into the Fire.
Oh, she went look for her. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna have to rewatch it.
I don't want to give it all up. But okay, Into the Fire, The Lost Daughter is also on.
Yes, Jessica. Watch that one. That was a good one. I'm gonna have to rewatch it though.
Okay, and give me just a minute because we have to
look at your brain working so good.
That's because I'm literally looking at it like Oh no, what's the one that I just watched?
What?
On HBO. How to Create a Sex Scandal.
I didn't see that one, did I?
Let's do that one.
Okay, put it on the list. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it tonight. I don't think I have nothing else on my list right now. Besides my regular stuff. We also had a serial killer arsonist, Paul Keller, in my area. My dad was on the investigation team. Oh, wow.
Okay, so do you think 3 is enough, or can we add one more?
Why, you got another one or something?
I Am Vanessa Guillen.
What is that one?
Vanessa Guillen, the soldier in Killeen, Fort Hood, Texas.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Put her on there. If we don't, because we did 3 today and we at an hour and a half almost. So if we don't get to her, we'll just move her to the next week.
Okay. What was the last one, Celine? So, Into the Fire, The Lost Daughter. How to Create a Sex Scandal. It's on HBO, or Max it's called now.
Yeah, Max.
It's probably on Discovery Plus as well. And then I Am Vanessa Guillen on Netflix.
We're gonna put it all in the description as next week's watches, and so that I can remember too.
Yeah.
Because I want to rewatch The Daughter, and then I haven't seen the Sex Scandal one.
Y'all, that one was insane. I can't wait to hear what y'all think about it, because I was watching it and I was drinking my tea and I was like, what?
Why you didn't call me?
I did. I texted you and you was like, I don't know if I've seen that one.
Well, you didn't tell me. Go watch it.
Y'all. Okay, so we got Night Stalker, Netflix. Into the Fire, The Lost Daughter, Netflix. How to Create a Sex Scandal, Max. I Am Vanessa Guillen, Netflix.
Okay, but this is the order of priority.
Yes.
The Lost Daughter, I feel like number one priority. Make that the first one you watch. Then
How to Create a Sex Scandal.
How to Create a Sex Scandal. Make that the second one you watch. Then Richard Ramirez or Vanessa. Y'all gonna have to start sharing some passwords for all these streaming
You
services.
don't have Max, you need to get it, have everything
Wait,
on there.
if you don't have Max, get Discovery Plus. It's only like $7 or $8. Well,
And then
I paid eight. I think I paid. It went up to $8.99 because I don't have any
ads,
any
but
ads. But it's cheaper if you get ads.
it is cheaper. But like the thing about Max and Discovery Plus is like all the ID investigation documentaries and everything is on there. Why are you confused, Sheila?
I'm so confused. You all have to start. Oh, I'm reading the same thing over. I have a free trial. Yeah, use those free trials. And also, if you don't,
it's called The Lost Daughter Into the Fire. Oh, it's called Into the
Fire.
The Lost Daughter.
And if you don't have the streaming service and you can't watch it, just Google the case so that you know what's going on. Maybe Murdoch murders in the Southern Scandal later. Yeah.
I'm gonna put it on my list for later.
Yeah, put that on the list. But that man irks me. They got some good stuff out there.
They do. They have a lot. And do you remember the hatchet wielding hitchhiker?
Yeah.
That was a crazy one.
Yeah.
Y'all, this is I love this. Next week though, we have to get it to be on. We're gonna try the different streaming.
Yeah, because we wanted to stream to Mystery Mugs and Melanin, but StreamYard, they increased their price by 400%. And I refuse to stay on there. So we can't stream to two different channels on StreamYard anymore. I'll watch what I can. I'm still traveling. Yeah, Mitzi, just come and hear us talk about it if you can't watch it.
Yeah.
Which was the third? The Sex Scandal? What was it? What's the name?
I don't know. You put it in order.
No, but
Night Stalker.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sex Scandal was what I put in 2. 3 was Night Stalker.
So Into the Fire, The Lost Daughter, number 1. How to Create a Sex Scandal, number 2. Night Stalker on Netflix is number 3. I Am Vanessa Guillen, number 4.
Yeah.
And if we don't get to it, obviously
we'll move it to the next week.
Yeah.
Who rang the bell? Was it Saint? Oh. He don't care nothing about that little bell.
Y'all, I love this. I love this live. I love this live.
The Sex Scandal, that's not murder?
It's not a murder.
Okay. Because I think we should do like one serial killer every week, one non-murder every week, and one wild card every week. I don't know.
So we got a serial killer, the Night Stalker. We don't have nothing lighthearted for next week, though.
The Sex Scandal not lighthearted? It's not murder.
Scandal.
Is sexual assault or is it being a tutor?
I can't say I'm going to give it away.
Oh, all right.
We can't add in nothing lighthearted.
Okay, just leave it how it is. We good.
So only the Sex Scandal was Max. The rest is Netflix. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Missy, then if you're here next week, then you'll have a lot
Yeah.
to
Missy's into it though, because Missy, I did see that you messaged me some stuff and I watched it. I just been so busy. I had not had chance to just sit down and focus on answering people back. I'm really bad at answering people back, y'all. But I did see that you sent me the stuff about Alonzo Brooks. So Missy is into it. She and Sheila, we know Sheila's into the mix.
what happened to Rebecca?
Oh, I've never watched the Tinder Swindler.
Mm, that was supposed to be our lighthearted.
We could put that on. Just put it on the list for future.
It was a good. It's funny. If you have time, definitely watch it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
funny. I mean,
I just hope I don't become a mysterious case tomorrow night, girl. Please don't. But if you do, um, try to catch it on video so we can talk about
wow.
it. JK, JK, just joking, kinda, sorta.
I'm going to finish watch the one on Apple TV tonight, and if it's good, then I'm going to suggest it
When
for
we get off, text me the name of that one again. I can't remember it. I'm not gonna remember if you tell me.
because that one doesn't involve like murder or anything, so I think that it could
Oh,
be.
the con.
Mhm.
Oh, and we could talk about the con or the Nissan guy.
Okay, yeah.
Just wanted you to know about Alonzo's body being exhumed. Oh yeah, I saw that. We had saw that. We talked about it too, Mitzi. I
Yeah.
can't find how to create a sex scandal on Netflix.
It's
You
on
sure it
Max.
was on Netflix?
It's on Max.
Oh, that one's
The
on
one
Max.
that's on Max.
That one's on Max.
If you don't have Max, there should be a free trial
There's
somewhere.
always a free trial for Max.
And
Use a different email address if
email.
you if you already did the free trial. Use a different email address. Create an email address.
Yeah. And if you have an Amazon account, like Amazon Prime, if you go to Prime Video, they'll have a free trial of all of their different video things too.
Yeah,
You can get it through Amazon.
you gotta maneuver, y'all. You gotta maneuver. Unfortunately, we pay for all these things.
Yeah, I don't use the Matra. Well, I was able to get a year of Max with my internet subscription, so that was good. Even though I moved, they still gave me the year. So
What I think I got one. Was it Peacock or Paramount? I got with Walmart Plus.
it's Paramount that comes with Walmart Plus.
Walmart Plus, and then with my phone service, I got another one. Maybe that was Max.
I got Peacock. It was a Black Friday special.
Like $3 a month.
For $2-3 a month. Hulu was the same too. It's about to end. I'm very sad about it. I'm gonna try to catch it with a different email. Give it away all the secrets.
I picked him up the other night. There was no fog until I got to the battlefield. It was covered in haze. Oh no, girl. There's no other alternate route. Jump over the battlefield. We don't have
Okay, so yeah, Black Friday, they'll have all kinds of deals and specials. If you have Amazon Prime, they will offer a lot of their Prime videos, and they have all of the apps. Like they have Max, Stars, everything. Like if it's an app that you can watch TV on, you can get it through Amazon as well. And they'll be like $1.99 for 6 months during Black Friday, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or you can catch it.
Maneuver. One day we're gonna have to talk about what Jennifer did too.
Oh yeah, that was one too.
You watched that one?
Mm-hmm.
My thing had went off. You watched that one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Which that's an old case that they've shown on different shows or documentaries before.
Oh, excuse me. Oh wait, is this new?
What?
It's not new.
What's that?
Can I tell you a secret?
What is that?
Are you choking? Can I tell you a secret on Netflix? You never watched it?
I don't know. I'm googling it to see what it is.
I'll add it to the thing. It's not for next week. It's just for. You okay? Let me see. Go
I
drink
don't
some
know.
water.
Can I tell you a secret? It's a scripted show about a true
No,
story.
it's a doc. It's a
There's
doc.
a scripted show too.
I don't know. It's a documentary that came out in 2024 because I watched it. It's like it. There, it happened in London or something like that, but it's really good.
Okay. All right. We gotta oh, they got some other stuff. Okay, we gotta keep it focused for now.
Yeah. So okay. So this is what you know. What we should do? We should put up the. We should put up the live tonight with the stuff in the bio.
What you mean put it up
Should
tonight?
put you should put the video up tonight.
The video go up automatically.
No, the next video, the next live, like schedule your
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
with
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah. I can do that.
yeah. No, that's the name of it. It's called "Can I Tell You a Secret?"
And she said what? Our post to your community tab. I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna put up I'm gonna set up the live for next week when we get off, and in the description we'll have what we're gonna talk about, and in the title, and then I'll make a community post as well. That's too funny. All
Mm-mm.
right, y'all. I gotta go eat dinner and finish sewing my tree of life.
And I have to go
Sheila, I saw you sent me something. I can't see what it is
watch
until
TV.
you gotta what? Go to bed.
Go watch TV.
Oh,
Get
my
ready.
eyes been itching so bad.
But this was really fun, and I really enjoyed this. I hope you guys come back next week.
Yes, I enjoy these Wednesday nights.
Spiders come in. Come on.
What spiders?
I saw a spider out there.
Oh, is there Tree of Life final good? You know it before. Is the Tree of Life final good? You know it before. Yeah, it's nice. I haven't finished mine, but the picture is nice.
Here.
But y'all, if words, Tree of Life big reveal is Friday at 1 o'clock Central on Cotton Cuts YouTube channel and on their Facebook. So come watch it. I love Discovery ID. I also find some new crime channels. I think. Great last thing. Thank y'all for coming. We enjoy this. Y'all know this is like a big passion of ours. So to share that with y'all is so much fun. Even though we talk about some heavy stuff, but just sharing our opinion, getting you guys' opinions has been fun and interesting. And I can't wait to keep doing it. I watch way too much Discovery ID. Discovery ID is the place to be. But they have all of Discovery ID on Discovery Plus.
Discovery Plus and Max too, I think.
Missy, you might miss a big reveal. Just watch it on replay, Missy. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for coming. We will see y'all Wednesday. Friday. I don't know if I will be having a live because I'm going to the Quilt Fest to meet Leanna. Me and Rebecca will be going. Where's Rebecca tonight?
I asked that earlier, like 10, 15 minutes ago.
I don't know. I was talking to her earlier. She must have got busy. YouTube TV. YouTube TV is too darn expensive.
I got the trial for it for a little while, but I was like, I can't pay for it. It's expensive.
Yeah, if that's the only thing you got, then maybe. But I got too many other things.
Me too.
All right. Bye, y'all.
See y'all next week.
Bye.